Launching a high-impact marketing campaign usually calls for a specialist team, thousands of pounds, and weeks of back and forth. What if I told you that you could do away with a creative director, the photographer and designer, and have a premium print-ready campaign live in under 15 minutes? Let me show you exactly how this workflow goes. So we're starting here on the Venngage AI image generator. The first thing I'm going to do is create a strong visual that we can use as the centerpiece for our campaign. So in this box, I'm going to paste in a prompt. Don't worry, you can keep this really simple, but I'll show you a more detailed one so you can see what it's capable of. The prompt I've used is high-fidelity cinematic photography of a futuristic organic coffee shop, soft morning light, hyper-realistic textures, minimalist architecture, and 8K resolution. I'll click Generate, and now the AI is creating several high-quality image options based on that description. Alright, these are ready, and you can see straight away how detailed they are. I'm just going to scroll through and pick the one that stands out the most, something that looks really clean and premium. Now, once you've got your image, you're not stuck with it. If I click on it, there's a modify option at the top. This is really powerful because instead of starting over, I can just tweak the image using another prompt. So, for example, I'll type, make the place more crowded, and I'll apply it, and now it updates the image while keeping the same overall style. So this gives you a lot of control without needing any design skill. And as you can see, it's done perfectly. You have the modified one here, where it's added a lot more people, it's made it much more crowded, and then you've got the original when nobody's there. It's absolutely beautiful. So this platform is called Venngage, and it's basically a complete creative toolkit powered by AI. Instead of using stock images that everyone else is using, which can make your brand look a bit generic, or hiring designers, which can slow everything down, this gives you everything in one place. You've got over 100 AI-powered design tools built in, and once you sign up, you get access to a huge range of generators, things like images, posters, content, and more. So instead of jumping between different tools or waiting on someone else, you can go from a blank idea to a full campaign really quickly. That's what makes this so useful, especially if you want speed but want things to look high quality. Now, let's turn that image into an actual design. So I'm going to open the AI poster generator. In here, I'll paste a prompt that explains what I want the poster to include. Things like the event name, the date, and overall style. And you can see here I've selected the photo from the previous section, and the prompt I'm using is event poster for a grand opening. Use the cinematic coffee shop visual as the centerpiece. Include grand opening, 1st March, free tasting, and a QR code for RSVP. The style is modern, clean, and high impact. And I'll now click Generate, and now the AI builds the full layout for me. And what's really impressive is how it places everything automatically. The text fits around the image nicely, the layout looks balanced, and it actually feels like something a designer would put together. If I zoom in, you can see the headline, the supporting text, and even space for things like a QR code, all structured properly. So instead of designing from scratch, you're starting with something that already looks professional. Now from here, you can refine everything without leaving the editor. If I look over at the sidebar, you can see all these built-in AI tools. So instead of switching between different websites, everything is right here. I can go into the brand kit and quickly apply a consistent color palette. For example, I'll be using this orange, black and white, and we'll see how it turns out. If I want to add a custom element, I can use the AI icon generator. So I'll type something like minimalist location pin icon. And now I've got a custom icon that matches the style of the design. For the text, I can click on the headline and use the AI writing assistant. I'll just prompt it to make this sound more exclusive and high-end. and I'll just click generate, and now the wording feels a lot more premium. Finally, there's even an accessibility check built in. So if I go up to File, then Accessibility, and run the check, it'll flag things like contrast issues or missing alt text. I can fix those quickly, which means that the design isn't just good looking, it's also accessible and compliant. And that's something most people don't even think about, but is really important. You've just seen how a blank page can be transformed into a high fidelity, fully branded, and inclusive marketing asset in a fraction of the time it would usually take an agency. And the best part is, Venngage keeps getting better, with new AI design generators being added every single week. Your toolkit is constantly growing, so stop letting creative bottlenecks hold your business back. Check the description below to get started with Venngage for free and use code REVIEW50 to get 50% off your annual premium or business plan today.